Good morning. I am Javagar, instructor from NST Chennai. So today's topic is heat and temperature. It's a very important chapter. So we'll go in detail. So the heat and chapter. So topic wise, points wise, I have mentioned here. So what is meant by heat? Briefly, a little idea about heat. It's a very big chapter. Due to time constraint, I am briefly explain. So what is meant by heat and what is meant by temperature and boiling point, melting point, like that. One by one we will go. So these are the concepts I am going to teach you today. So the first point is, so what is meant by heat? Then followed by temperature. So the left side column mention details about heat. So the first point, what is meant by heat or definition of heat? So I am reading, it is a form of energy which makes us feel hot or cold. So what is the meaning? So heat is a form of energy. You know, mechanical energy, light energy, sound energy, and electrical energy. Similarly, heat is also one form of energy which makes us feel hot or cold. That means heat, we can't able to see it. Only by feeling we can know whether heat available or not. For example, if you are touching hot water, some feeling you will get. So the energy, the energy available in hot water is called heat energy. Similarly, if you are touching ice cube taken from the fridge, if you are touching, some feeling you will get. The energy available in ice, also called heat energy. So both the energy available in hot water or the energy available in ice cube, both energies are called heat energy. So some people will get doubt. Heat and hot, both. Heat is a form of energy. There are two states. The energy available, hot, sometimes it may be cold. So understand, or heat is a form of energy. It may be in two different states. Sometimes it may be hot condition, sometimes it may be cold condition. Otherwise, I can say when temperature is high, we call it as hot. When temperature is low, it becomes cold. This is the definition of heat. Once again, repeat, it is a form of energy. It may be in two different states, hot or cold. Then heat is normally measured by, second point, heat is normally measured by calorie. That is, the unit is calorie. Different units available. Mostly we are expressing in terms of calorie. And heat can be measured by calorimeter. Calorimeter is an apparatus made of copper material. So that I will explain afterwards. So using that calorimeter, we are measuring the quantity of heat supplied or quantity of heat gained or quantity of heat lost, anything. Quantity of heat can be calculated by using calorimeter apparatus. Another fourth point, when we add the heat of two substances, their total heat can be calculated. For example, one substance heat 12 calories, another substance 18 calories, means total heat just sum of them. 12 plus 18, 30 calories. Now the same 4 points combined with the temperature or difference. The first point, heat is a form of energy which makes us feel hot or cold. So what is meant by temperature? When a substance is heated, it gets heated up. How much hotness? Measured through thermometer. how much hotness. When heat is given to a substance, it gets heated up. How much hotness. Or when heat is taken away from the substance, it becomes cold or it becomes cold. How much coldness. The measurement of hotness and or coldness is called temperature. In other words, you can say it tells the state of the heat. I already told it may be in two different states, hot or cold. So the temperature only tells the state of the heat. So simply saying means one point, the measurement of hotness or coldness of a substance is called temperature. It tells the state of the heat. Unit is normally degree. The centigrade, we are telling centigrade, Fahrenheit, Kelvin, all are scales of temperature. The third point, temperature is measured by thermometer. Everybody knows thermometers. Doctors are using one thermometer, that is called Fahrenheit thermometer, and the lab we are using centigrade thermometer, medical lab. So thermometer is used for measuring temperature. If you want to measure higher temperature like furnace temperature, you go for pyrometer. Pyrometer is similar to thermometer. It is used for measuring higher temperature. Then the fourth point, when we add the temperature of two substances, the temperature cannot be calculated. And cannot be easily we cannot be calculated. For example, one substance is heated to 80 degrees centigrade and it dropped in the cold liquid, for example, 30 degrees centigrade. What is the final temperature? Don't add 80 plus that. So it depends upon so many factors that we will see afterwards. Simply we can't calculate. It depends upon the quantity of both the substance and so many matters, specific heat and so many matters available. Simply we can't add. So this is the difference between heat and temperature. Heat is a form of energy which makes us feel hot or cold. So temperature is the measurement of hotness and coldness. This is for temperature. I hope you understand what is meant by heat and what is meant by temperature. Then another one point, boiling point. Everybody knows, once again, there are three states of substances. Normally, some solid state, liquid state, and gaseous or vapor state. What is boiling point, or you can say boiling temperature? The temperature, one time I will read, the temperature at which a liquid changes into vapor is called boiling point. So all the liquid will be at a particular temperature changes into or boils into vapor. That temperature is called boiling point. Example, boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. After crossing 100 degrees centigrade, water boils into water vapor or steam. Fahrenheit means 212 degree Fahrenheit conversion, centigrade to Fahrenheit conversion. Then what is meant by melting point? Similar to boiling point. At a particular temperature, solid changes. So the solid changes into liquid or solid melts into liquid. That temperature is called melting point. So example, melting point of ice is 0 degrees centigrade. We have taken ice from the fridge, -4, -2, -1, 0. Then after, if you keep on giving heat, so 0 degrees centigrade, after 0, it keeps on giving heat, it melts into liquid or water. So it's a melting point. Then what is meant by freezing point? The temperature at which a liquid changes into solid, liquid to solid, is called freezing point. So example, freezing point of water is 0 degrees. So you compare all the three. So melting point means liquid to vapor. That melting point means solid to liquid. The temperature at which the solid changes into liquid. The temperature at which a liquid changes into solids. So don't confuse boiling point, melting point, freezing point. The state conversion. Then another point, what is meant by scales of temperature? So different scales we are using for measuring temperature. Centigrade scale. Here C means temperature in degree centigrade, or you can say temperature in degree Celsius, both are same. Then here the letter F denotes temperature in degree Fahrenheit. Mostly doctors are using Fahrenheit thermometer. And here capital R letter, temperature in degree Reaumur. The medical lab, research lab, they are using the Reaumur thermometer. And the Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. And here minus 273, one word coming. That is called zero absolute temperature. Very, very important. Zero absolute datum point. But minus 273 degree, now it is zero absolute temperature. So the thermometers are so designed like this using the formula. The centigrade thermometer is divided into 100 equal parts. One part or 100 equal divisions. One division we call it as 1 degree centigrade. The Fahrenheit thermometer is divided into 180 equal parts. And one division we call it as 1 degree Fahrenheit. Similarly, Reaumur, 80 divisions and one division we call it as 1 degree Reaumur. So comparing, equating all the three, we are derived on formula C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 divided by 180 is equal to R divided by 80 is equal to K minus 273 degree. So this equation formula is required to convert. The purpose of this is to, if you want to convert centigrade to Fahrenheit, the temperature value from centigrade to Fahrenheit, or Fahrenheit to centigrade, or Fahrenheit to Reaumur, or centigrade to Kelvin. By using this formula, anything possible. The scales of temperature. Suppose they are asking what is meant by centigrade scale. So all the centigrade thermometer, how they design. At normal atmospheric pressure, the freezing point of water is taken as 0. Boiling point of water is taken as 100. So the 0 to 100 is divided into 100 equal parts. Similarly, Fahrenheit scale, how they designed. Freezing point of water is taken as 32 degree and boiling point of water is taken as 212. So 212 minus 32, 180 divisions. Then the bottom, some derived formula. It's not a new formula for our convenience. If you want to convert centigrade value into Fahrenheit, first formula you can apply 9 by 5C plus 32 for our convenience, quick calculation. For that purpose only the formula is derived. It's not a new formula. The same formula for derived for doing calculation quickly. Similarly, centigrade formula of minus 32 into 5 by 9. And the Kelvin is nothing but C plus 273. So this is scales of temperature. So on two problems solved means you will get idea. So problem I will do. Suppose one problem they are asking, change 10 degree centigrade into degree Fahrenheit. Formula already have an equation, centigrade C divided by 100 is equal to F minus 32 divided by 180. In that C value substitute as 10, then cross multiply. Finally, you will get F is equal to 50 degree. So just go through the problem. Just formula. Substitute the C value and do cross. What do you know? Cross multiply and finally you are getting 50 degree. So final answer is 10 degree centigrade is equal to 50 degree Fahrenheit. Normally Fahrenheit value shows more numerically more. So what is the meaning? If a centigrade thermometer and Fahrenheit thermometer, suppose both are dipping in a same liquid. Suppose centigrade thermometer shows 10 degrees centigrade means definitely Fahrenheit thermometer will show 50 degrees centigrade. Both are equal because we already derived. Both are equal. If centigrade thermometer shows 10 degrees centigrade means Fahrenheit thermometer definitely shows 50 degrees centigrade. Fahrenheit value little more. Go to problem number 2. Ulta problem, reverse problem. Change 176 degree Fahrenheit into degree centigrade. Same formula. Here also we can apply. Here F to C. So F value is substitute at 176 degree. Then do cross multiplication as usual. Calculation. Finally, you will get 80. So 80 degree centigrade is equal to 176 degree Fahrenheit. This is conversion formula for centigrade to Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit to centigrade. So already we studied the unit of heat is calorie. General unit of heat is calorie. Some other unit also available. Centigrade heat unit, British thermal unit. One by one we can go. So what is meant by calorie? This is a unit of heat. So read the definition. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water to 1 degree centigrade is called calorie. You take 1 gram of water in a bowl, supply the heat. So before that, you note down the initial temperature by thermometer. And supply, now you supply the heat. You wait for some the rise of temperature by 1 degree centigrade. For example, 30 degree centigrade initial temperature means you go up to 31 degree centigrade. Now the quantity of heat supplied or the amount of heat supplied for raising the temperature is called 1 calorie. I think you understand. You take 1 gram of water in a container, note down the initial reading, and whatever may be the initial reading. Supply the heat, go, raise the temperature by 1 degree centigrade. The amount of heat supplied is called 1 calorie. So important point, you keep it in mind, is 1 gram of water to 1 degree centigrade is called calorie. So very, very important point. 1 gram of the quantity of water is 1 gram. The heat difference is 1 degree centigrade. It's called 1 calorie. Why I am repeating is the small word change.
बैकग्राउंड में मेरे जो गाना चल रहा है, तो अब एक राइट स्पॉट क्रिएट करने के चांसेस थोड़े से बढ़ जाते हैं.
Centigrade heat.
एक सिचुएशन का इफेक्ट और उसका इफेक्ट नेक्स्ट पर चलता जाता है, क्योंकि वो यहाँ चल रहा है.
Centigrade heat unit. What is meant by centigrade heat unit? A small difference only. Again, you go back to calorie. The amount of, very easy to remember. I will give some idea. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of, important point, 1 gram of water to 1 degree centigrade is called calorie. Here, same, other words are same. 1 pound of water to 1 degree centigrade is called 1 CH. That is centigrade heat unit. So the quantity of water to be taken is more quantity, 1 pound. It is equal to 453.6 gram. The calorie, 1 gram of water. Here 453.6 gram of water. The conversion, pound to gram conversion. More quantity, more automatically, you know, more amount of heat should to be supplied. So 1 pound of water is taken. The remaining thing in the previous calorie definition. Here supply the heat. Wait for some time. Once the heat raised by 1 degree centigrade means the amount of heat supplied is called 1 centigrade heat unit. Similarly, British thermal unit. Same, a small word change. Here, quantity of the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water to 1 degree Fahrenheit. Only thermometer you have to change. Quantity of water, the same 1 pound or 453.6 gram. thermometer, because British people, they are mostly using Fahrenheit thermometer. So compare all the three. The calorie means the quantity of heat supplied to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water to 1 degree centigrade. Here 1 pound of water to 1 degree centigrade. Only quantity of water change. In British thermal unit, quantity remains same, but 1 degree Fahrenheit thermometer change. A small difference. I think you understand very all the three important. Mostly we are using calorie, but you must know some other unit idea also. So the conversion formula, centigrade heat unit to calories means 453.6 calories equal to 1 CHU, 252 calories equal to 1 PTU, and 1.8 PTU is equal to 1 CHU. It's a comparison. Then we'll go for another definition, specific heat. So read the line. The quantity of heat, very easy chapter, but important. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance to 1 degree centigrade is called specific heat. Here, what is meant by specific heat? Very important factor in the heat chapter. Normally in the book, it is denoted by letter S, small s. Each and every metal has its own specific heat value. The scientific data book, all the material wise data available. Now, what is meant by specific heat? The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance. Here, what is substance? Any substance, whether solid, liquid, or gas. You take any substance, supply the heat, and raise the temperature by 1 degree centigrade. Initial to final temperature difference is 1 degree centigrade. The amount of heat supplied is called specific heat. I think you understand. Don't confuse with the other thing, calorie and other. That is in all the calorie, British thermal unit, and again, water only, the substance we are taken as standard liquid. Here, any substance, maybe solid or liquid. So the amount of heat supplied or amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance to 1 degree centigrade is called specific heat. It has no unit. It is expressed in mere number only. But important point, it is used to find out the quantity of heat. Without specific heat value, we can't find out the quantity of heat, whether supplied or quantity of heat can be calculated by using this data only. Specific heat, each and every substance has its own specific heat value. For example, specific heat of water is 1. That means 1 gram of water required, or if you want to, the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water to 1 degree centigrade is called its specific heat value. So standard value, specific heat of water is equal to 1. That always you have to remember. Normally, water means they will not give any data because it's a standard liquid. You see in all the laboratory and experiment purpose, specific heat of water 1. Similarly, density of water 1 gram per cc. So always water means you have to remember. For the remaining material, definitely the data should be taken from the data book, scientific data book. So specific heat means the quantity of heat required. So very important factor. That's why I'm repeating 2 or 3 times. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance Yeah, the word is very, very important. Substance. Any substance. To 1 degree centigrade is called specific heat. It has no unit. It is used to find out the quantity. So any doubt means after doing on problem, we will understand. Now you see the application of the S value. Quantity of heat, I already told, quantity of heat is calculated by using the data S. A formula given. Quantity of heat calculation formula is MST. Multiplication. That is M, where Q means quantity of heat in calories. You know already heat is measured, mostly expressed we are in terms of calories. M is mass of substance in gram. Suppose kg given means you must convert into gram.
Situation
Yeah,
perfect होगी,
Formula
then I will be perfect.
formula derived in terms
I
of
का simple
gram.
formula बना दिया. I is dependent on situation और जीवन बीत रही है. अब situation suddenly ज़्यादा बदलती गई. जिस समय तक situation more or less ठीक ठाक चलती थी और I को situation पे dependent कर दिया था, तो I भी more or less ठीक ठाक चल रहा था.
So you see the formula Q is equal to MST.
लोग कहते थे चलो अभी सेफ, जब तक रिटायर नहीं होते तब तक सेफ. तो माइंड भी सेफ था क्योंकि जॉब सेफ थी, तो माइंड भी सेफ था.
Q is equal to MST, where Q is equal to quantity of heat in calories.
अब जॉब नहीं
M is
जाएगी,
equal to mass
लेकिन
of
माइंड
substance
को ये
in
पता है
gram.
कि कभी भी जा सकती है.
And S specific heat.
माइंड की
The
डिपेंडेंसी
temperature change
एक
in
ऐसी
degree
चीज पर आ
centigrade.
गई जो एट रिस्क पड़ी हुई है कि कभी भी जा सकती है. तो माइंड के अंदर फियर और इनसिक्योरिटी
So there is a Q is
अब
equal to
जॉब
MST
नहीं
means
जा रही,
mass
लेकिन fear और
multiplied by
insecurity है.
S mass
क्योंकि यहाँ
into
पे
specific
information
heat
कौन सी आ
into
गई,
temperature
कुछ भी हो
change.
सकता है.
Here T means not single T, initial final temperature difference.
गया वो समय कि
So
60
understand
70 के
after
बाद
doing problem you will understand. So
तो
problem I will read.
गया,
A
अभी
body
हम
of
कहते हैं,
mass
कभी भी
100
कुछ
gram
भी हो सकता है.
with a specific
गया वो
heat
समय की शादी की,
0.10
अभी एंड तक इकट्ठे रह गए.
increases in temperature from
कुछ भी हो
30
सकता है.
degree centigrade to 100 degree
So
centigrade.
जब situations
What is the total heat gained by the body?
तो माइंड सिचुएशन पर डिपेंड.
What are the data given? A body of mass 100
लेकिन
gram
सिचुएशन
That
जब
means
इतनी
M
वेरिएबल
value
हुई और
with a
वेरिएबल
specific
भी
heat
माइंड
0.10. That is the S value. Increases the temperature from 30 degree centigrade to 100 degree centigrade. That is initial temperature 30 degree, final temperature 100 degree centigrade. So the temperature changes 100 minus 30. Lot of difference is coming. Voice is not clear. Wait. Voice keeps. So wait for some time. Okay. Wait a minute. Some disturbance. Now it's okay. So read the problem. A body of mass 100. I think it's now you are okay. A body of mass. A body of mass 100 gram. So there is a M value with a specific heat 0.10. That is the S value. Increases in temperature from 30 degree centigrade to 100 degree centigrade. 30 degree centigrade is initial temperature. 100 degree centigrade is final temperature. Now the question is very simple. What is the total heat gained by the body? Directly apply the formula. Q is equal to MST. Data I already explained. Q is equal to MST. Just apply the value. Q 100 gram. So very important. Mass should be always expressed in terms of gram. If it is even, suppose it is given in kg, you must convert into gram. And yes, specific heat, it has no unit. Then the last line is Q is equal to MST 100 multiplied by 0.10 multiplied by 70. 70 how we obtained 100 minus 30. The given data I have written. 100 minus 30 is equal to 70. We are multiplying, total 700 calories required. So 700 calories of heat is required for the temperature changing. If you want to increase the temperature 70 degrees means this much of calories of heat required. I think you understand the formula. Very, very important formula. Q is equal to MST, mass data required, specific heat data required, and temperature difference also required. Then again, go into detail, interchange of heat. So what is meant by interchange of heat? First I read the line, then I will have a very simple idea. When a solid is heated to a particular temperature and dropped in a cold liquid, it keeps on giving its heat to the cold liquid until both the temperature of the substance become equal. So what is the meaning? When a solid is heated to a particular temperature, for example, you take an iron piece and supply the heat heated to a particular temperature. So when a solid is heated to a particular temperature, for example, I have taken one iron piece and heated up to 180 degrees centigrade. Now it is called a hot body. And suppose I am dropping it into a cold liquid. The cold liquid means assume that water at 30 degrees centigrade. Now what will happen? The hot body, that is our iron piece, already heated 180 degrees up to 180 degrees centigrade. So when a solid body is heated to a particular temperature and dropped into cold liquid, so what will happen? The hot body continuously keeps on losing the heat. The hot body will be losing the heat. The cold body will be gaining the heat. The quantity of heat lost by the hot body will be gained by the cold body. In our example, the iron piece heated, our hot body is iron piece at 180 degrees centigrade. Now our cold body is water at 30 degrees centigrade. So if you have dropped the hot body into cold body, the hot body will keeps on giving its heat to cold body. When it stops, in the same time the cold body will be absorbing the heat from the hot body. When it will stop? When both the temperature becomes equal, both the substances, the hot body and the cold body, here iron piece and the water, the temperature, when both the temperature of the substance become equal, the transfer of heat will be stopped. So understand I thought. When the hot body is dropped into cold liquid, what will happen? It keeps on giving heat to cold liquid. And the cold body water will be keeps on absorbing the heat. When both the temperature becomes equal, the transfer of heat will be stopped. That is called interchange of heat. From this, we will make an idea we got. Whatever amount of heat lost by hot body will be gained by the cold body. So no loss. Whatever amount of heat lost, all the heat is absorbed by the cold body. Both become equals. How much heat is gained by the cold body is equal to heat lost by the one. So we'll get an idea. Quantity of heat lost by the hot body, which is equal to quantity of heat gained by the cold body. It's called interchange of heat. Heat is only interchanged, not lost. You already know energy can neither be created nor be here, not destroyed. It's transferred to some other substance. So from this, we got a new formula, not a new formula, old formula, but comparison. Quantity of heat lost by the hot body. How to calculate? The same formula, MST formula. How much heat is gained by the cold body? The same formula MST, but both you have to equate. Heat lost by hot body, MST is equal to heat gained by cold body, the same MST formula. By using the formula, whatever data we can calculate. The missing data we can able to calculate. We can't guess it, we can calculate. For that purpose, I will do one problem for understanding purpose. You read the problem. 80 gram of water at a 10 degrees centigrade is mixed with 80 gram of water at 70 degrees centigrade. Here water missing. So 80 gram of water at 10 degrees centigrade, we call it as cold water. Is mixed with 80 gram of water at 70 degrees centigrade, we can say it is hot water. Hot water, cold water mixing. Now the question is very simple. Find out the temperature of the mixer. Normally while taking bath, we are doing this daily. Hot water, cold water, we are mixing for getting comfort zone. So the question is, find out the final temperature. We know it is in between 10 and 70. Don't say 80. 70 degree hot water, 10 degrees centigrade cold water mixing is final temperature is not 80. In between, as per GK, we know it in between 10 to 70. So how to find out the exact temperature? By using the formula. So data I will explain after. You directly go to the problem. Heat lost by hot water is equal to heat gained by cold water. So MST is equal to MST. MST of left hand side is hot water data, right hand side cold water data. Substitute the formula. Mass both ways same. 80. In the specific heat, I already told water means the data they will not give. You have to assume always 1. Temperature difference, hot water initially before mixing 70 degree. Final temperature that we have to find out. So 70 minus T. Right hand side, mass into specific heat into, so M value same M. Specific heat, hot water, cold water, specific heat value is 1. Temperature difference, as per GK, we know final temperature is more than 10. So don't write 10 minus T. You must write T minus 10. That is very careful. So after calculation, you are getting 40 degrees centigrade. So the final temperature is 40 degree temperature. So I think you understand the interchange of heat idea. Whatever heat loss. So here also one more data exactly if you want to see means some more data also required. Whatever heat lost by hot water is not only gained by cold water. The container also absorbs some heat. But the data not given in our problem. Suppose the data given means you also add right hand side. Heat gained by cold water plus heat gained by the container. That also you have to add. Here, why I am not adding is the container data missing in the problem. They are not given. Further about it. So they are neglecting the heat gained by in our problem. Neglecting the heat gained by the container. Data given means definitely that also you have to add in the right hand side. Heat gained by cold water plus heat gained by water. Here data missing. So I think interchange of heat will get some idea. Then a new word coming, latent heat. So what is meant by latent heat? It is similar to specific heat. So first you read, I will explain after. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of, so carefully, here only very careful. The 1 gram of substance from one state to another state without rising temperature is called latent heat. 1 gram of substance from one state to another state. So what is the meaning one state to another state? Already we know solid state, liquid state, gas state. For understanding purpose, I will give an idea. For example, you 10 gram of ice you are having at 0 degrees centigrade. You take 10 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade, supply the heat. What will happen initially? The ice will absorb all the heat and convert into liquid. but temperature will not get rise. Only the state will get changed. The solid ice will convert into water. The temperature remains same. Understand or not? 10 gram, you take 10 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade and supply the heat. You keep on supplying heat. What will happen? The ice, solid ice, melts into liquid. Once all the solid particles converted into ice water, then only temperature will rise. Up to that, temperature will not get rise. Only state will get changed. Now, latent heat means for changing the state from solid to liquid, the amount of heat supplied is called latent heat. I think you understand. For changing the state without rising temperature, solid ice changes into ice water without rising temperature. Similarly, liquid to water vapor, hot water to vapor. Standard value given, latent heat of ice is 80 calories per gram, latent heat of vapor is 539.5 calories per gram. So whenever ice coming or steam coming means for quantity of heat calculation formula, you always use ml formula. M means mass multiplied by latent heat. Problem I have not given. I have given a problem. For example, 10 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade. How much heat is required to convert into ice water? Just multiply 10 into 80. That's all. Mass into latent heat. Here, no idea about the T because I already told it. No temperature change. So, for calculating quantity of heat, ice and steam coming means don't use MST formula. Always use ML formula. Latent heat. Another idea coming. Very, very important idea. So, transmission of heat or how heat is transferred from one place to another. Transmission of heat or transfer of heat. How heat is transferred from one place to another. There are three methods available: conduction, convection, and radiation. So one by one we will go. The conduction method, how heat is transferred. In this method, heat is transmitted from one place to another place by atoms heating the neighboring atoms. Slowly I will read. In this method, heat is transmitted from one place to another place by atoms heating the neighboring atoms. I will read fully, then you will understand. It requires a medium. The third point, in this method, atoms does not move. You see the example, easily you will understand. For example, if an iron rod is heated at one end, heat is transferred up to the other end by conduction. I will explain the example first. You take one iron rod, heat at one end. What will happen? Hold it another end, no problem. What will happen? If you heated at one end, the atoms at that end absorb the heat and transfer the heat to next atom. Next atom to next atom, next atom to next atom, and keep on. Heat is transferred, traveling to the other end. Other end you are holding means you have to drop because heat coming. So here you see heat is transferred, one end only we are heating. Heat is transferred to the other end by atoms transferring the heat. That is called mutual heat transfer. We can say mutual heat transfer. In our example, heat, very, very important point, atoms are not moving. Atoms remains in the same place. Understand or not? Atoms are not, atoms just absorb the heat and transfer the heat to next atom. Next atom to next atom. So next atom to next atom. Like that, heat is transferred. Here the iron rod is, we call it as a medium. Medium is by means of its heat is transferred. The medium is, without medium, we can't be able to transfer the heat by conduction method. So medium, most important point is medium is required. And second important point, atoms are not moving here. Only transfer the heat. So now you read, you will understand. In this method, heat is transferred from one place to another by atoms heating the neighboring atoms. Or one atom to one atom, one atom to one atom, like that heat is transferred. So second one, convection. In this method, the lower atoms or molecules gets heated up and goes to the top by carrying the heat along themselves. And the colder atoms at the top comes down. Here it requires a medium. In this, atoms or molecules are moving. For example, heating of water or boiling of water. From example, you will understand quickly. So while boiling water, what will happen? You are supplying the heat in the heat at the bottom. The atoms or molecules at the bottom. Water means water is liquid, so we can say molecule is best. The molecules absorb the heat and goes to the top by carrying the heat or go along with the heat. Goes along with the heat, and the colder atoms at the top comes down. So like that heat is transferred. That method is called conversion. When compared with conduction and conversion, here atoms are moving. The conduction method, atoms are not moving. Here also medium required. The conduction method, iron rod is medium. Here water is medium. In the conduction method, atoms are not moving. The convection method, atoms are moving. The lower atoms or molecules is heated up and goes to the top along with the heat, and the colder atoms comes down and slowly heat transfer taken place throughout the liquid. It's called convection method. The conduction method mostly used for solid to solid heat transfer. So important point, solid to solid heat transfer is by conduction method. Liquid heat transfer is by convection method. The last important is radiation method. In this method, heat is transferred in the form of rays. It does not require any medium. Example, sun's rays heating the earth's surface. Or a body of a man gets warm up if he sits near to the fire. So always, for easy understanding, you go from the bottom. Example once understand means the definition you will understand. The radiation, what is meant by radiation? Example you see, you know sun's rays are hitting the earth's surface, or earth's surface always, because mostly in summer season or the afternoon session, because the sun's rays, our earth's surface gets heated up. How gets heated up? Because the sun, the heat is transferred from the sun in the form of rays. So the earth's surface gets heated up. So before that, while comparing with the conduction conversion, here no medium is required. You can say air is a medium. Air is available up to 200 miles only. After that, no air, there is a space, no air. Here, heat is transferred in the form of rays and heating the earth's surface. No medium. So compare with conduction conversion, both the method medium required. Here the radiation method, no medium is required. Another example, during winter time, you are sitting near to your fire, your body gets warm up. How heat is, you are not touching the fire, but heat, your body gets warm up because of observing the heat from the fire through rays. So I think you understand conduction, conversion, radiation. So comparing all the three, the conduction method, convection method, medium required. Radiation method, no medium required. The conduction method, atoms are not moving. Convection method, atoms are moving. The radiation method, no medium, no atoms. Medium not available means automatically no idea about that. So transfer of heat, little idea given. So from this the concept you will reach. Then next point. Mostly special properties of mercury. Mostly we are using mercury in thermometers for measuring the temperature. There's good properties. The very, very important point is it's a good conductor of heat. Second point, it is a good conductor of heat and it does not wet the glass. The thermometer will taking reading, it goes, the mercury point will goes up. After reading, if you are shaking, automatically all the mercury particles settle at the bottom. Suppose water means some water particles will stick with that glass. Mercury does not stick with the glass. That is the advantage. And it has uniform coefficient of linear expansion. A new word coming. It has uniform coefficient of linear expansion. For that I will explain a little idea. Suppose you take some water and supply the heat. While cooking also you will see daily you are seeing the lower atom. I already studied also. The lower atom gets heated up and goes to the top by carrying the heat or by along with the heat, and the colder atoms at the top comes down. So it will take more time to get the uniform heat throughout the liquid. You check with the thermometer, each and every point different temperature it will show. But mercury is actually a metal available in solid liquid form. You take the mercury and supply the heat. Any one particle or any one atom absorbing the heat, mercury advantage, immediately they transfer the heat to all the area in all direction, up, down, left, right, away, to way. So in all that, immediately all the atom doing the same. Any one atom absorbing the heat, immediately it is transferring the heat to all the area. Simultaneously, it gets heat out of. Any point, if you are observing the heat, check the temperature through thermometer, always uniform, without shaking, without stirring or without shaking, the temperature, mercury always get uniform expansion. The water not like that. So that's why while cooking, we are stirring with the spoon or something for getting uniform heat. Otherwise, it will take more time. So that is the meaning of coefficient of linear expansion. Mercury atoms itself uniformly expand. That's why mercury they are using in thermometer. Once any one atom observing the heat, the doctor checking temperature, the lab technician checking. Once any one atom observing the heat, immediately our temperature will show, the thermometer will show the temperature where we are getting this one. The last point, another one, it can withstand high temperature. So mercury, water means after 100 degrees centigrade, it turns into steam. After 100 degrees centigrade, it turns into steam, but mercury not like that. Similarly, water 0 degrees centigrade, it changes into solid. Not mercury, not like that. Mercury remains up to 250 degrees centigrade, it remains as a liquid only. After that, similarly up to -39, it remains as a liquid only. So mercury is used as a common in thermometers. Then one more point, coefficient of linear expansion, a new word coming. It is the ratio of change in length per unit length per degree rise in temperature is called coefficient of linear expansion. Suppose you take one iron rod, supply the heat, the length will get changed. Because whenever heat is supplied, it will get expanded. The change in temperature, the ratio between change in temperature, change in length per original length per degree rise in temperature is called coefficient of linear expansion. You see the formula, you will understand. alpha is equal to change in length per original length per degree rise in temperature. So because of heat supply, change in length will be happened. Is just to see the formula because the session will go. Change in length per degree rise in temperature is for understanding purpose. I will give one example. The length of metal rod is 100 centimeter at 30 degrees centigrade. Initial length, initial temperature, and 100.14 centimeter at 100 degrees centigrade. There is final length, final temperature. Find out the coefficient of linear expansion of the metal. Once heat supplied, this will happen. How to find out the coefficient of linear expansion? The last line go through formula L2 minus L1 divided by L1 minus T2. All the data I already explained. You substitute the formula, you will get 0.00002 per degree centigrade. Because per degree centigrade, only bottom having the term, because of heat supply only, this will happen. So per degree rise in temperature. This is called coefficient of linear. It's similar to our strain only. Strain will happen because of force applied, here because of heat applied, only difference. So almost briefly I will I explained all the heat chapter. Again, if you are slowly reading, you will get the full idea. Full idea you will get. So already just what we studied today is what is meant by heat and temperature, and the boiling point, melting point, freezing point, and different types of scales of temperature, units of heat, different units, specific heat, meaning of specific heat, very, very important to calculate the quantity of formula. Then interchange of heat formula, latent heat ML formula, transmission of heat, then why mercury is used in thermometer, and coefficient. So brief idea only given. I will hereafter, if you are reading any heat chapter book, you will get full idea. So I explain all the pinpoints. Then you read any book, read, you will easily the chapter will be understood. Any questions means please type in the message box. So okay, thank you. So keep on study. Okay. So you read all the heat chapter, very, very important. All the points are important. PDF file, you send me the phone number, Jawahar Sir, NST Chennai. You send the phone number, I will send the full material. Don't worry. Number I will 9444. Note down the number 9444 166 108. You send a message, I will through WhatsApp I send all the material. No problem. Thank you.